Sacco and Felice, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFelice.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
Friday again. Talkers Magazine, and one of the stars at Talkers on Friday, man, was he great. The annual Fireside Chat is the same guy that hosts not one but 2 great shows on ABC. Every weekday at 5 o'clock, it's the Cats and Cosby Show with John and Rita. And then his masterpiece, 8 a.m. Sunday mornings, the Cats Round Table, John Catsimatidis. And I'm not saying this to patronize you because you're my boss and my dear, 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 dear friend. But you killed it with Michael on Friday. Great job, John. You had fun. It was great.
I think we all did it. We're getting a copy of the video and the audio. And between me, you, and who else?
Lee Harris was very funny.
Lee Harris did a
very
good job,
funny.
I heard.
Yeah.
But I heard that also Walter was there. So, I guess
that.
we missed him. I guess he was there very early because I guess he's working overnight. And he
I guess, yeah.
Directly here. And we should do a video for our audience and put it out there and see how the other side lives.
Listen, the bottom line is there was a lot of great talent there in both, and you're both, right? You run a station, you own a station, you're on the air, but whether it's a program director, a sales manager, an owner, but WABC ran that thing on Friday. We ran it. We ran
it. I wear different hats. When I am down here working, I am one of the guys. I am not different than anybody else. I don't ask anybody. I don't ask anybody to do what I wouldn't do myself. And by the way, you got to tell me, are you going to a combat zone next week, Israel?
I don't know.
Am I doing Cats and Friends next week, or is it going to be Sid and Friends next week? You got to make up your mind.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. My wife and son were coming. My daughter's there now, and she's had a rough 14 hours. But my wife and son were going, and they emailed the organization today they are not going. As of now, I'm still going, but guess what? It may not be my choice, because if Israel and Lebanon continue to exchange fire, they're going to have to postpone the summit once again. Now, Iran did come out and said they're going to stop.
Yeah. If you go, you got to give me advance notice. I got to get at least a $100 million guarantee on your life. And, we can make a profit on this.
I know you should.
I'll share it. Tell your wife I will share it with her.
Just make sure you give Danielle a nice check.
$100 million life insurance policy if you go, and I'll share it with your wife and your kids.
If you get a $100 million policy, she'll be rooting on the terrorists. Trust me. Just trust me. Just trust me. I'll let you know by today, all kidding aside.
Yeah.
But it is a rough situation, John, and we talk about the Iran thing, you and I, all the time, and we talk about how, the prices are going to come down, but it's another week. It's another day. It's the same old.
No, but this is what they're doing. They're testing Trump's patience. But Trump is the best negotiator around. He wrote the book, The Art of the Deal, and it's truly the art of the deal. He knows when to hold them, knows when to fold them, knows when to walk away, knows when to run.
It's 101 days, though. It's 101 days.
It is what it is. But under Biden, we had 4 years worth of high oil prices.
I know, and wars everywhere. I understand that. The whole thing in Israel started under Joe Biden and Russia and Ukraine. I get it. I'm not comparing
I had a big
the two.
discussion over the weekend with some very important people, and if Harris would have won, I worry about the United States of America would have the 300th year.
I agree. No, would have been terrible.
Because it's horrible what's going on. The art, we are being attacked in so many ways, and that's one of the subjects I want to talk to you about, Sid, is the fact, and I talked to a couple of people high up in the media community that have common sense, and I talked to some people at the White House that have common sense. I'm not going to mention no names. And the fact is, the current Democratic Party, whoever is running it, there's somebody orchestrating it, somebody running it. but it has a lot of foreign influences in it. And what they're doing is creating a play. In other words, it starts with like Newark, New Jersey. Now, what's happening in Newark, New Jersey? Of all the people that got arrested, only one person was from New Jersey.
That's correct.
The rest of them from all over the place.
That's true.
So what these people are doing, whoever is orchestrating, I hate. I'm not going to blame the entire Democratic Party because I went to we had a party, an old time party last Thursday night with Bill Clinton and our old crew there from the 1990s, and they're 30 years old, and a lot of them all have common sense.
Well, Bill did.
They still have common sense,
Bill does, yes.
And they still want to turn around the Democratic Party.
Are they actively? Because Bill was retired a long time. Are these active politicians?
No, they're not.
That's the problem. I know David Patterson
but,
and Bill Clinton have common sense, but they're retired.
But and a lot of our old friends were there at the main table. 6 of us were at the main table with President Clinton that were there at the last Christmas party of the White House 26 years ago.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
And the same 6.
That is
and
pretty
we're
cool.
all alive. We're still there.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Now, where were we? We were in Newark, New Jersey. So what they're doing is they're orchestrating. They're creating a play. They spend $50,000, $100,000 on paying these people to create a play. And guess what? They get $1 zillion worth of advertising from all the major media. Yeah. And that's what President Trump said to Meet the Press yesterday.
Christian Walker, when he walked off. Yeah.
I think they taped it on probably Friday or Saturday.
They taped it on, I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah.
He went to Wisconsin to see Brooke Rollins. Mm-hmm. You know this. So he went to visit a farm with Brooke Rollins and the agriculture people on Friday. He did not go to Wisconsin just to tape an interview with Kristen Welker and Meet the Press.
She went to Wisconsin to tape an interview.
Right. He was working with Brooke and that crew, so he walked off the set on Friday. They did a very good job of keeping it quiet till it aired yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. It was great theater.
And the fact is that what they're doing is they're putting on a play. In other words, they spend $100,000 paying these people creating the play. But then the media gives them $1 zillion worth of advertising.
True.
$1 zillion worth of advertising. And all the American citizens all over the world, Montana, Indiana, Iowa, all over, say, oh, this is the feeling of the typical United States of America. I'm talking to every listener out there. I'm talking to every American citizen out there. This is an orchestrated party that they're putting together.
Agreed.
Totally
agree.
Whether, the foreign influence and foreign money are coming into our country, trying to affect our minds. And this whole thing with whether it's drugs, whether it's, whatever they're doing. I mean, they're trying to make our kids into drug addicts. I can't understand the Democratic Party. They're saying they object to us shooting down those Venezuelan boats.
Oh, I know. That was ridiculous. Come on.
And what's going on with China and Mexico? There's still a lot of drugs coming in. Fentanyl coming in.
Yes.
They're killing our kids.
They are. 100% true.
So I want every American citizen, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican, I don't care if you're an independent, I want you to think as an American. As an American, because we're under attack. In the violin, there's an old Greek-Italian expression. There's a violin playing behind our back, trying to control our minds.
True. It's all true.
And I see it clearly.
So do I.
You know who? The president sees it clearly.
Yes, he does. So then tell me this. You talk about see it clearly. Do you think, John Catsimatidis, and this is a tough word, but I need a yes or no.
Go ahead.
Yes or no. And Joe Pag said yes this morning. I agree, yes. You know how Trump feels. Spencer Pratt was clearly in second. Now he's not going to make it. The other guy, Hilton, was in first. Now he'll make it, but he's still going to lose to Becerra. Was the election last Tuesday in California rigged?
Yes.
Wow.
My opinion. I think that to stop rigging, you have to stop these mail-in ballots. You have to. I mean, come on. A week later, they're still counting.
Yeah,
give me a break.
And they're all going to Vermont. All of them.
I understand. Here's my proposal: is Election Day is Tuesday. All right, you want to expand it? Let's not expand it by a month. Let's not expand it by 3 weeks. Let's expand it to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. One shift of 7 days. If you can't vote on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then you don't care enough to vote. And the only time our military should have the right to vote by mail, and everything should be checks and balances. And you know what they're doing? They are stopping. The California government is stopping the federal government from investigating. And the same thing in Illinois, and the same thing in New York State. We have to straighten out. Every American citizen has to feel right that one American, one vote.
Right.
In California, you're not allowed to even ask migrants if you're an American citizen or not. They just go in and vote.
That's right.
So this is wrong. Wrong. It's one American, one vote. You can't allow outsiders and migrants to vote.
Agreed. One more. See, I'm going to leave this show and run back to Queens. I'm going to run out of this city. But you live here, so you're going to work here. You're here late tonight. Your show's on at 5 o'clock. Next thing you know, now you're heading uptown. That's the good news. You're not going downtown towards Madison Square Garden. But people are freaked out that President Trump is coming to the Garden tonight, especially because of the chaos, the arrests. They have 3 different watch parties all over Manhattan, the traffic. You live in the city, John Catsimatidis. Are you freaked out that the president's going to be here tonight? I'm not.
I think the president loves New York. And I think I think the president loves New York. He will do everything possible to love New York. He has his surrogates, whether it's Tom Clayton, Jay Clayton, the U.S. attorney, or the FBI, or whatever, to substitute when the DAs do not do their job. And guess what? They're keeping they're working with the NYPD and et cetera, and the FBI to make sure New Yorkers are safe. But President Trump loves New York.
He loves the Knicks.
He wants to do He loves the Knicks. He always did.
Yes.
He always did.
Yes.
And he wants to do whatever is possible. Now, what the orchestration going on right now with Iran, with Israel, et cetera, you have foreign influence, whether it's Russia, whether it's China, trying to affect the elections of November. But I'm reaching out to every American. Be smarter. Be smarter on this. If November doesn't turn out right, our country is in trouble.
We're dead. You're being nice.
Our country is in trouble.
We're dead.
So I think you need common sense, and all the common sense Democrats, whether you're in California or whatever, and there should be a major reward for reporting voter fraud or something. And somebody has, the old expression, somebody has to go to jail.
Yeah, somebody.
The problem is, in Washington, nobody's gone to jail.
Well, Blanche has a job now.
It was poor Roger Stone went to jail.
I know.
For no reason at all.
And the other guy,
he didn't have a passport. He didn't have a gun.
Yeah.
And they go in and they attack him at 5:30 in the morning.
I know.
I mean, that is wrong.
And General Flynn went to jail. And Paul, Manafort went to jail. They're all Trump people. None of the bad guys went to jail.
Navarro.
Right, Peter Navarro. But hopefully Todd Blanche now is going to change. Are you like Blanche in that role?
Listen, I want somebody that's going to be fair and square. If somebody around Joe Biden, it wasn't Joe Biden. Joe Biden didn't know what was going on. But the people around President Biden who were orchestrating everything that was going on, allowing tens of thousands, millions of bad people to come into our country, to affect our country, to affect our citizens. They have to go to jail.
Agreed.
And this whole thing with January 6th, where the big fight was, the truth is, Nancy Pelosi I don't know if you remember the video, the audio tape of her discussion with her daughter in the car. There was an audio tape, and you should play it back again so people remember. I don't think Nancy Pelosi, I think they were playing the violin around her, too.
I think they were, too. Sure.
But people, they were there, people going there, inviting people into the Capitol to create another play. Remember what I said about creating a play in Newark, New Jersey? That January 6th, they created a play, suck it in people. Whether it was different Fed agency, different Fed guys doing that, et cetera, et cetera. But there was a play being played on the American people.
And we got played. John Catsimatidis, again, amazing job on Friday at Talkers. You should be so proud of yourself. Now, not just a station owner, but a legitimate superstar on the air. Your station's kicking ass. We're all winning. And an amazing appearance again, like every Monday.
Worldwide News Network we're starting.
It's doing great.
We're doing great. We're going to be syndicated, bigger than CBS was. And it's going to go worldwide. I got the President Trump's permission to do it in Europe. And because the Europeans deserve the truth, the BBC is not reporting the truth. The Voice of America is, well, doubtful. And by the way, the other thing is I spoke to Steve Scalise.
AM radio?
The president made a phone call. AM radio is going to be no sunset clause.
There you go. That's a big one.
That means AM radio forever, keeping America safe. And the automobile companies that oppose to it, if I find out which automobile companies are opposed to it, they'll be hell to play because I'll spend $1 zillion. I'll spend $1 zillion going after them.
I love it, as you should. Great job, John Catsimatidis. Great job. He's so fired up on a Monday morning. Oh, man, Red Apple Media, the boss, the great John Catsimatidis. Don't forget, check him out at 5 o'clock this afternoon, alongside Rita Cosby, the great Cats and Cosby Show.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?